What's going on, Internet? This is Nintendo Pow Block, our own Nintendo show. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, the beautiful, the illustrious Edward Varnell.
I want to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters again.
Oh my gosh, I was just talking about that game last night.
I love that game.
Oh my gosh, and there's the Super Nintendo version, which was far superior.
Yes.
Than the Sega Genesis version, and I was super jealous because I didn't have it for Super Nintendo. I had it for Sega, and my friend Brian had it for Super Nintendo, and that version was so far superior.
Oh yeah, it's from graphics to gameplay. That whole game is different. I mean, I will give it to the Sega Genesis. They do have one song on it that I do like for a background. But yeah, I actually got that. I got the Super Nintendo version for Christmas, and then brought the Sega Genesis version for $20 at KB Toy Store.
Oh, KB Toys. I wish that store was still around.
Dude, I'm so mad. I wish I bought Snatcher they had Snatcher for $20, and I picked Rama half over Snatcher.
Really?
Even though I didn't have a Sega CD. Yes. Because I didn't have a Sega CD. And Konami during that time was my groove.
Oh man, Tournament Fighter. Oh my gosh, you just got me super excited, Ed. But we're not
I love that game.
We're not here to talk
Please.
About what if oh gosh, Konami
I already know what I was supposed to say.
Doesn't
own it anymore. But that has not stopped because Ubisoft don't own it no more. I think Activision owns it now.
Nah, their license is up too because they just pulled the TMNT Platinum game from digital stores. So,
but you can still buy it. Ooh, then I might have to buy it at work because they still got the physical copies.
Yeah, but that game's probably going to be hard to find soon.
Oh,
so
Konami has to snatch it.
Let's see. Nintendo just did this huge thing with Universal, right?
Yes.
What better way? And then Universal owns Nickelodeon, which owns the rights to Ninja Turtles. So why doesn't Nintendo talk to Universal and Nickelodeon and get the rights to the Ninja Turtles, and then we could just have Tournament Fighter on Switch as a Switch exclusive?
We can't because they have to give that to Konami because Tournament Fighter is Konami's product.
Call it something different. Call it Sewer Brawlers or something. I don't care.
Konami has all the code, so they would have to. I mean, if that happens, Nintendo would have to buy out all that code stuff from Konami, or they would have to make some deal with Nickelodeon. Okay, see, you know what? This is a discussion that we're going to just have a little bit later because we haven't even started the show. Hello, everybody.
I mean.
Who's about to already get into a whole different topic?
I know. We have to
because I would love for it to come to Switch.
I would love anything
that is a
Turtles
game
at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, we just had a huge rant on Tournament Fighters, and we didn't even get into one of the main topics of the show. Oh man. Now that's all I want though is that Ultra Street Fighter 2 game that's coming to Switch. All I want is a Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter now, but in the same style. They could have the 16-bit or the hand-drawn art style.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that. See, one day, hopefully, when we talk on Pow Block, when Konami rule licensed games.
Oh, I know.
And I know I think Retronauts did an episode about it, but they talked about that whatever licensed game that they got, they would do games in that art style. So that's why you see the Simpsons arcade game in that art style because it was on the TV show and they got the license. That's why X-Men looked that kind of comic book style. But Metamorphic Force had Konami's own style because they got it. And Capcom kind of somewhat. They didn't do it with Cadillac and Dinosaurs or Alien versus Predator. They had that final fight to it. So
yeah. Man, wouldn't it just be great if anything on old consoles would just be oh, that appeared on NES. Let's put it on a Nintendo console.
Yes.
Which
and that's why I think
companies like Microsoft and stuff are starting to do that with Xbox One and PS4. They're like future proofing their software. But like, man, like some of my favorite Nintendo games are like, I don't know. I mean, they're not always Nintendo games like Ninja Gaiden or Castlevania or Mega Man. They're not, you know, I mean, luckily Nintendo has a positive relationship with these companies for those types of games. But then you get into like my favorite video game of all time is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo. That is my favorite game of all time. And there is no way to purchase that game unless you have a cart and a Super Nintendo. And like, I know they remade it on Xbox Live a couple years ago, but it's not the same.
Oh,
it's
they
terrible.
said that Ubisoft game wasn't even worth the purchase. They was just like, you could beat it within 30. If you have 3 other people with you, you guys could beat it in 30 minutes.
Yeah, like me and my friend Brian, like we used to play that game all the time. But then it was me, him, Joey, and one of our other friends sat down to play it, and we beat it in like 40 minutes with 4 of us on hard. And we beat, and it was just like that wasn't even the problem with that game, because I mean, that game had its own issues, but like the problem with that game is control. It had like the controls were bad, the turtles didn't move right, the art direction was not very good. It was bad. And like, I would like someone like like Nintendo or like, I mean, or someone, I'm trying to think of like,
Wait for it. Wait for it knows how to make a retro style game play right and make it look good.
Yeah, I could see Way Forward doing like a proper side scrolling brawler like Ninja Turtles, or you know, that Simpsons game that came out, or the X-Men arcade game. Like,
right.
I would like to see a company come in and properly do something like that for Switch or any of the other consoles for that matter. Just give me one of those games that's super polished and super well done. But
I mean, the beat 'em up genre is missing nowadays. I know it became 3D with Platinum since they're with Action Game and Heavenly Sword, the people who made that,
Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory. They're good with action games too. Ooh.
Devil May Cry was awesome.
Yeah, DMC is awesome. Oh, I would love Ninja Theory to do a 2D platform. I would love Ninja Theory to be on Switch.
I would love Ninja Theory to do a Ninja Turtles game.
Oh crap! I wouldn't know what to even do. I would literally have to drive to your state and be like, we need to buy this together and sit down and play this.
I know, dude. We've got to have a meetup at some point soon, like when Switch comes out. Like, I don't care if I have to come to you or you come here, or we'll meet somewhere in the middle and try out all those Switch games and like just sit down and have like a let's play, or like just
well, let's see, it's 2 hours to Indiana, and I think it's probably 3 hours more from there.
Yeah, Chicago proper is like a 5.5 hour drive from where I live.
Okay.
So we're gonna make it happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
it has to happen.
But this is not a Ninja Turtle podcast. We are here to talk about we're going to talk about the Fire Emblem Direct that happened yesterday. Well, yes. Wednesday when this goes up. We're going to talk about the new Wonder Boy trailer that just came out from Sega. And then we're going to talk about we're going to finish our conversation on the Switch that we had earlier this week. We're going to talk about the games and which games we're excited for. And we're going to talk some darn positivity on this Switch. Gosh darn it. Like the NGR radio that goes up on Monday after this recording, like we had probably like a 2.5 hour conversation on Switch. And everybody was pretty positive on the Switch with a caveat. And like, I'm excited for this, but the accessories are too expensive. I'm excited for this, but there's no launch games. I'm excited for this, but what I can play Zelda on Wii U. Like, there's all these buts, and I want to just have a nice, positive conversation about the Switch. So we're gonna start off with the Fire Emblem Direct.
Oh, before we do that, Corey, what have you been playing?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're gonna start doing a segment on the Friday episode. What have we been playing, and what our weekly pickups are? So, like, kind of like we used to do on the old episodes, we kind of got away from it, but now we're coming back with it. So, Ed, you just asked me, so I guess I'll go first. Been playing the crap out of Twilight Princess HD.
Yes.
It is, dude, I don't care what anybody says. That game is amazing. Twilight Princess HD is, right now, my favorite Zelda game. The dungeons are amazing. Yeah, the opening tutorial is, I mean, long. It's fine. It's long, but like, it didn't feel that long to me. I don't know. It just, maybe because I played it so many times, I know exactly what to do. And like, you know, what took people like 2.5 hours to do, it took me like 45 minutes to do, because I know exactly where to go, what to do. Knock down the beehive, fish for the cat, you know, deliver the sword, all that kind of stuff. You know, and then I just finished the first temple, and let me tell you what, man, that game is just, that game is so pretty. And like, even the HD visuals, you can tell it's a GameCube game from 2006 or whatever.
Yeah.
But that game still has such a charming art style, even though it's darker. It has like Link's facial animations, the textures on the tunic, you know, the character, you know, they look funky, but like, they have a charm to them. And like, you can see that charm a little bit in Breath of the Wild, where like the Gorons look awesome. And that, like, to me, looks like they took Twilight Princess's like design and put the Wind Waker art style on it. And like, you can see, like, as I'm playing through this, I can see stuff that they're putting in Breath of the Wild, and it just gets me so excited, man. And that I keep saving the game to my Wolf Link amiibo, and I'm like, I cannot wait to get to that beast dungeon to level up my Wolf amiibo.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. See, it's weird, and I'm bad for doing this. I still have my Wolf amiibo in the box. I took the game out, but I haven't put no amiibos in it, because I kind of don't want to use them in the Breath of the Wild just yet when that game comes out.
I'm the first thing I'm doing is scanning that thing in. That's the first thing. I'm like, I was going to buy Zelda anyway, but now that I have a pet that I can say, go hunt for me, go attack those enemies for me, create a distraction so I can weave around back. I'm like, yes.
Can I tell you a quick funny story? So I was doing internet orders at my job, and I got all my items and was boxing everything up. And this one order had Twilight Princess HD and all 3 amiibos all 4 amiibos. So it had the Zelda 30th with the Wind Waker. It had the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. It had Link from Ocarina of Time, and then the old Princess Zelda in it.
Nice.
And I was just like, someone is ready for Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Like, someone is getting ready for that game.
And like,
because
Oh, keep going. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I know Twilight Princess is your favorite, but Wind Waker was mine, and then I played Skyward Sword, and Skyward Sword to this very day is my best Zelda. Now, Breath of the Wild I don't know what it's going to do for you. It might just definitely just won all the games in the past away, like blow it away, because I'm still amazed at what they're going to do. But Skyward Sword is just, I feel like Skyward Sword is my prologue to Breath of the Wild, because of how big Skyward Sword is. Like I said, I love Wind Waker. Twilight Princess is phenomenal. Like, it aged so well, and the HD graphics just makes it feel fresh. Gives it a new breath of life. Because the tempo with the dreidel with the clockwork mechanics and you just running everywhere. I want that level. I want another dungeon like that. Like I would pay $20 for Nintendo to do the best of Legend of Zelda dungeons and make a world with all those dungeons recreated for the Switch. $30 or $40. I would literally play that, and I would want that dungeon in it.
I would totally. I mean, we had this conversation the other day where the things they can do with Virtual Console now, like, yes, they could put everything all the way up to the Wii because they have those motion controls in the system. And I would bet you anything that, like, even if I bet you anything that they want to put Wii games on Virtual Console, but even put their bigger games in HD that require motion, like Skyward Sword, like Mario Galaxy, like Pikmin, all these games that you totally use motion controls for. I would bet Skyward Sword HD is coming at some point.
I hope so. I would rebuy that for the Switch. I literally would.
I've bought it twice already, so.
Well, I still got my original copy because it came with the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have that too. I have that copy.
That soundtrack is the sound. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm so mad. I had to cancel my pre-order from my job because they didn't send it to us. I pre-ordered the Skyward Sword bundle with the controller, and they never sent it to us, so I had to get my money back for it. I was so mad, but then I just went and bought the original version and even though I still need to finish that game, I love Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I might actually sit down and play that when I'm done with Twilight Princess again, so I can, like, because there's so many good things about Skyward Sword that I liked. Like, the story was super interesting.
Yes.
The art style is beautiful. Even if it's not HD, like, that art style makes the game pop. They did a lot of interesting things with the stamina system and the light RPG elements of upgrading your weapons and your shields and stuff. And, like, I still want to go back to that game. And there's too many other things. And I told my friends last night when we were recording Gamer FM, I was like, I might skip Horizon to play Zelda. And, like, I don't want to skip Horizon because that game looks phenomenal. Mm-hmm. But at this point, I want to finish Twilight Princess HD. I've been cranking through A Link to the Past on my 3DS, and then I'm going to play A Link Between Worlds again. And then I want to be ready for Breath of the Wild. And if I have to skip Horizon, then I'm going to, because
I think, I'm definitely going to get Horizon. I'm going to try it until Breath of the Wild comes out. I'm going to see how much time I can dedicate to it. But once Breath of the Wild drops, Horizon is going to backlog. And that's kind of how I feel like Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm playing it until Persona 5 comes out. Once Persona 5 comes out, Andromeda's going to the backlog section, and I would get to that game to party into the summer and then catch up, because, like, and Persona 5 are, like, my top priorities this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I told you a couple weeks ago, like, I want to start prioritizing Nintendo coverage on the DNA network. Like, not necessarily like news or anything, but, like, if something interests us, like, I'm working on a Fire Emblem piece right now about, I'm going to have, like, the direct news in there, but I also want to say, like, I'm excited for Fire Emblem Warriors because, it's taking that strategy RPG element and making it a real-time action game. And if you could incorporate the relationship stuff that Awakening and Fates put into a Dynasty Warriors style game for Fire Emblem, like, that could be the game that makes Fire Emblem a AAA tier game for Nintendo. Like, as much as I love Fire Emblem and as well as Fates and Awakening Soul, that's still, like, a pretty niche title for Nintendo. Like it's not a Zelda, it's not a Mario, it's not a Metroid. And so I feel like that Fire Emblem Warriors could be the game that pushes Fire Emblem up to that level, because Fire Emblem is such a quality franchise and those characters have so much story to them. And I feel like it's something that a new era of Nintendo players can latch onto.
Yeah. And I know we're going to get to it later, but I just got to say, Kobe Tecmo, I know you're not watching this, but people who are watching this and know Kobe Tecmo, you cannot do butt rock for Fire Emblem. It worked well with Zelda. It fits so perfectly with Zelda. I love the music in Hyrule Warriors. It has to stay classical. It has to stay orchestrated, because that's the thing that I love about some of the Fire Emblem games is the music. I want to kill goblins and other soldiers and stuff. I want to hear that good classical music. If they do have to do like butt rock, it can't be annoying. Hopefully they have a music supervisor listening to it. But I'm just like, you got to make the soundtrack. It's one of the top priorities for that game when it comes out. It's that soundtrack. But go ahead, Corey. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Oh, what I was saying before we got on the Fire Emblem thing, which is what we're going to get to in a minute. But I've been replaying all these Zelda games because I want to see all these little experiments that they put on 3DS and Wii U. I want to see how they apply it to Breath of the Wild. And like the item thing from A Link Between Worlds, the dungeon, like you don't have to go to the first dungeon, you can go to the 8th dungeon if you want right off the bat. Just all these little things that all the previous Zelda games did. I want to see how they apply it to Breath of the Wild and see how it changes it. So that's why I'm on such a Zelda kick right now. And all these games that I was excited for these other systems, they're going to my summer pile or my birthday pile or my Christmas pile, because Nintendo is taking priority. And like this is what DNA started as a Nintendo fan blog that I started, and then it's grown into what it is now. But I want to focus, you and me in particular, Nintendo stuff on the website, and this show in particular I want to make bigger. And that's Nintendo is going to take priority, and Zelda is going to take priority. And if I have to put Horizon on the back burner or Mass Effect, then that's what's happening.
And I have to say that, and when we get to the Switch games later on in the show, that even people who feel disappointed and negative by how Nintendo did their presentation to show it, at least I have games throughout the year that I could plan for. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I don't know what Sony and Microsoft are doing for the rest of the year.
That's true.
I don't even know what third party is doing for the year. Mass Effect Andromeda and Persona 5 are the last two games I'm buying third party. For Xbox One, Cuphead is the only game that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then I told one of our good friends, Matt, that I am going to pick up the South Park. I am going to give that a try. So I could be fair. But I know what I'm getting throughout the year for Nintendo. So that money I could set aside to be like, okay, Splatoon 2 is out. Don't care what anybody said. I'm putting on my high heels and running to the store to go get it. Click, click, clack. And get the game and then come back and be ready to play. I have everything planned out for the Switch and more stuff that's coming out. And I'm worried about what's going to happen at E3 for Microsoft and Sony, even third party, because it's just like once it passed May and announcements for games for your system that I'm looking forward to, what do you have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because
I'm totally right there with you.
Right. Because whether you're a Nintendo fan or not, if you don't buy games digitally, and hopefully Nintendo stocks Super Mario Odyssey like crazy. Because guess what? When it gets to the holiday,
I bet they'll have a Mario
the
bundle.
Door.
I bet they'll have a Mario bundle.
Yeah.
Honestly.
They need to. They literally need to.
They will. I mean, if they don't, honestly, if they don't, I think they're kind of missing the point. But I think they'll have a Mario bundle, and if they don't have a Mario bundle, maybe they'll have a Zelda bundle at that point, because Zelda will be out so long, and like Switch units will be limited probably for a while, because Nintendo usually sells out their initial allotment, and then people want Zelda and Mario for Christmas, so maybe they'll have a Zelda bundle, or even if Pokemon Stars is real, maybe they'll have a Pokemon bundle, and there's a million different things that Nintendo could do this holiday to make the Switch more appealing to people,
Yes. So Corey, have you played anything else, or anything you have snagged?
I mean, I've played a little Overwatch, but I'm such on a Nintendo kick right now that like my PlayStation 4 isn't even plugged in. It's been in my backpack for a week. But like ever since I beat Final Fantasy 15, which I did beat that, by the way, and the ending was amazing. If you haven't played it, that game is severely flawed in many different ways, but it is a blast to play. And the last probably third of that game is some of the best story I've seen in a Final Fantasy game since 10. And like the end of 10 the end of this game reminded me a lot of the end of 10. And it brought back all those, like, because 10's my favorite Final Fantasy game, 10 and 9, but 10 in particular, because it was really my first Final Fantasy game, and it was the first one I ever finished, and it was just 10 was so good. Wow. But the end of 15 was kind of bittersweet and really made you think about the ending, and like there's many interpretations of what that ending could have meant, and I enjoyed it, and I'm probably gonna play it once a week just to do a side quest here or there, because I think I'm gonna try to platinum it. I really do think I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I'm only 5 trophies away, and I know one of them requires me to be level 99 to fight the giant mountain turtle thing that's one of the side quests, but
oh wow.
But I really think I'm going to try to platinum that game. I think it's that fun and that good.
I need to start it back up on Xbox One and actually start the first thing after the tutorial, because I cut it off after that.
Yeah.
Is that all you've been playing?
I think so.
Guess. Okay. Well,
I think so. Yeah. What about you, Ed?
Oh, well, I have a new Legend of Zelda shirt that I got, and I got a little minifigure from Shirt Punch. Really cool, really nice. What I've been playing is The Last Guardian. I finally got to it. I bought the game when it came out and just haven't had time to play it. Was working on some other stuff. And I have got to give it to Studio Japan. The game is gorgeous. The lighting in this game, they do forests and trees and greens just so perfectly. The lights, the shades. Trico is something, but he is something that I've always wanted as a pet, or like a plush or something. And I'm not worried. I'm just still in the intro of it, still, finding my way, because it really don't tell you where to go. You just kind of got to adventure and figure stuff out. I haven't really got far into the game, but I am enjoying it, and so I can't wait to get further on into that. I've been playing Phoenix Wright still. Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton. I'm on the last case. So I'm about to actually finish that game in a few. I know I finished Watch Dogs 2, but I was just going back collecting some more stuff. It looks like I have like 236 more points or 35 more points before I could get a total of 1,000 points on that game. And soon, at the time of this recording, I don't have it yet, but I will be having Dragon Quest 8, and I will be having Resident Evil 7. and I'm going to be starting Pokemon Moon probably this weekend because I have it. I just haven't started yet. So I'm trying to finish right and then get into the Pokemon.
I still need to get Pokemon Sun or Moon. But now like I might wait till Stars if it's real. Like I might wait because I want to play it on my TV. I want to play it on Switch, and I can do both with that. Another game I've been playing, Ed. I don't know if you've heard of this amazing little Nintendo game by HAL Laboratories, Box Boy. Have you ever played Box Boy?
Is it the first one? Yes.
Yeah. It's $5 on the 3DS eShop. And it is the funnest, dumbest little game I've ever played. It's amazing.
Everybody writes now. Buy it.
Yeah.
If it's still at that price, buy. Not only is it a great puzzle game, it really makes you think, but it's so fun. A little plug, I'm sorry. The MVC Video Game Book Club that I'm part of, we did play Box Boy, and we just had terrific things to say about it. Our ranking is is what it is, but man, I the day that it came out, I picked it up. We all played it, and just surprised. Now there is a sequel out, but I haven't gotten it yet. I do need to get to it. Corey, have you been getting outfits, and have you had to sit back and take time and do your best not to use any kind of hit coins?
Yeah, I've been like, I breezed through the first 2 worlds, I guess, which is like each world is 6 stages. And I'm on world 3 right now, and I put on my little rapper outfit, which is awesome. He wears a backwards hat and some sunglasses. He's cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool. And like I'm like studying the world, and I'm like, how can I not use as many blocks as possible? How do I use the fewest blocks possible? And it's hard, like, because it trains you to like use the least amount of blocks, and like you have to do it that way to preserve your boxes so you can take them to the next level. And then you have to figure out how to collect the crowns without using the boxes. Yeah. And that puzzle, like, I'm just like, my head hurts because I need to get that crown up there, but I don't know if I have enough boxes to get that crown and finish the level because I messed up so many times because I'm an idiot.
And see, some people thought that, it's just too kiddie, it doesn't look good. I'm like, no, for the price that the price that it is right now. I know some people don't care about puzzle games. This one you really need to care about and get, and you play it on the go. Those crowns, dude, China 100% the game. We're getting all those crowns. Feels like almost a AAA game. Like, like it's and like hard.
You can buy both of those games for $10. Like each game is $5, and there's 2 of them. So, but there's Box Boy, and then there's Box Boy. So it's just so good.
Oh, I got it. I'm probably gonna get Box Boy after this recording because my 3DS is charging. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it after. But yeah, that game. Oh, yes, I'm so happy that you're playing Box Boy.
Yeah. I was like, I had some money in my eShop account, and I was like, just scrolling through the eShop while I was waiting for something on my Wii U. I was waiting on an update on my Wii U, and I was like, what's in the eShop that I can spend $5 on? And I was like scrolling through virtual console games. So I was like, nah, like I have enough virtual console games on my 3DS. I don't need those. And I was looking at, like, it said, I remember hearing about Box Boy on Nintendo voice chat, and I was like, let's check that out. And I watched the trailer. I'm like, this looks fun. And I downloaded it, and I was like, screw Wii U tonight. I'm playing Box Boy. So it was awesome.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm so happy. Yes.
And then I was like, then when I went and traded some stuff in to put towards my Wii U, I'm like, I'm going to pick up an eShop gift card so I can buy Box Boy.
Before you say anything, it's the Switch. You keep saying Wii U. You put stuff up for the Wii U.
Oh, shoot. I keep doing that. keep doing that. Okay, so future reference, if I say Wii U games, I mean Switch games. Unless I'm playing Twilight Princess HD.
Yes.
Oh man. But
yeah. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not trading anything in of all my games for my Wii U, my Wii, my pad.
I'm keeping all my Nintendo stuff. I was trading in some I had a couple physical copies for PlayStation and Xbox left, and I was like, I'm not gonna play these games right now, and Switch is taking priority in my life.
Okay.
So don't worry, all my Wii U stuff and my Amiibo and this little guy that Ed got me, safe.
Yes, safe.
Yeah. This NES Classic you got me, it's amazing. I love you so much. I love you so much. This man is the nicest man I've ever met in my life. If I wasn't married, I'd be driving up there and being like, Ed, we're doing this.
And then I'd be like, plug it in. I'm like, plug it in so we could play.
Oh man. Well, did you pick up anything this week?
I just said I haven't picked anything up at this week, but at the time of this recording, but I am picking up Dragon Quest 8, and I will be picking up Resident Evil 7 next week, that following week. Nice. I was thinking of the Tales game that's out for PS4, but I'm going to wait. And I'm kind of interested in trying Digimon Story Sleuth. It's like $19.99. And it looks kind of almost like a Pokemon game with some RPG mechanics, but it looks kind of interesting. Like, it's really cheap. So I'm thinking of picking that up for PS4.
Nice.
And then I got to start searching for Older Sphere. And hopefully Io Setsuna go on the flash sale tomorrow for PSN, so I could get that.
I'm so excited. I Am Setsuna is getting a physical release on Switch.
Yes, I seen that, and I can't. Yeah, I'm a double dip. Yeah, I'm double dipping. Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping Dragon Quest Heroes gets a physical release soon after launch too.
It should.
Because I kind of want to play that. It looks interesting, but I knew, I was like, I'm gonna wait, see. Like, everything is like a wait and see for a minute after Switch that Switch trailer, and I wanted to play Dragon Quest Heroes, but I was like, I'm gonna wait because this looks like a game that could possibly come to Switch, and everything has been like a wait and see kind of thing to see if it's coming to Switch or not.
And see, and that's the thing what a lot of people don't understand. You might have been disappointed at the conference, but I'm like, this is the foundation. This is the beginning of the system, and it's just going to get better over time. I would rather them grow from that than them having 15,000 third-party games, and then we don't have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, and like we discussed last time, when that awesome conversation we had after Kyle left the show the last time.
Yeah.
That I want this game for awesome Nintendo first party, a nice variety of virtual console games, and then the indie games.
Yes.
If there's a third party game that ends up coming to Switch, great. I'll probably buy it. But that's not what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that 3-pointed tier of Nintendo first party, virtual console, awesome indie games. And I really want some of the older indie games like Mighty Switch Force and Axiom Verge and Mutant Mudds. I really want them to make that transition to Switch, because I feel like games like that would sell better on Switch initially. And when people are looking for something to play after Zelda.
Yeah, and I want Japanese companies to come back and be profitable off of Switch.
Yeah.
I want the East to be like, this is what you guys were back in the 80s and 90s. And and you guys help make what video games are. Western third party is okay for some of them. The only company that I would want now, like I said, I still want Respawn on Switch. I would love to play Titanfall 2. I would love Respawn to touch Metroid if they could. But that's the only third party and way for it. Those for right now, those are only two that I want. Ubisoft, I will support them. Just don't cheapen out the experience. I'm not really worried about EA because EA games that's going to appeal to a variety of people. You know, yes, we're not getting Mass Effect, and yeah, we're not getting Bloodborne, not Bloodborne. We're not getting Borderlands 3. So who cares about that? Like, no. At this point in time, gamers don't trust Randy Pitchford.
I don't. I seriously don't trust him. He's like Gearbox is such a, I don't want to say shady company, but like they've made too many mistakes in the past to where like everything they put out is I'm super hesitant on. Like, you know, Duke Nukem Forever. Okay, that's their first, like, that game wasn't theirs initially. You know, it wasn't very good, but Randy Pitchford has a affinity for that game, for that series, and that was more of a passion project for him to get that out. Fine. Then you move on to,
but his passion is garbage.
Alien. Then you then you go on to Colonial Marines, which was garbage, and there's so many shady things behind that game.
Oh yeah,
Battleborn is whatever they're doing behind the scenes over there is kind of shady, and like he goes back on his word all the time about stuff, and it like really bothers me, and it's to the fact that like that company is so shady and stuff that I don't even know if I'm going to get Borderlands 3, even if it's a good game, because that I don't trust that company.
And it's sad because I love Gearbox and I respect Gearbox. And let me say this first. I respect the developers who work at Gearbox and make the games.
Yes. I 100% agree with you. It's Randy Pitchford that I have an issue with.
Exactly.
And his whatever legal team they're using.
Because what he did and trying to throw off the blame on the people who the real people who actually made Colonial Marines and stuff, like, to me that's wrong. If Sega hired your company to make the game, you don't throw that work on another developer and then say, well, they're going to give it back to us and we'll patch it up together. No, because Sega didn't pay you to do that. Sega would have just paid that developer to make that game and then released it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like the big issue right now with them. That's why I have an issue with them, but I don't know. It's not the developers and stuff. I know they're all like hardworking people. It's just the top of that company that I have an issue with. And
I think people are just like, oh, we're not getting Borderlands 3. Do you think people care about Borderlands 3? I mean, I'll play it, but I'm just like, if there's better games coming out on Switch than Borderlands 3, this is not going to even be a problem. This is not going to even be a thought in our heads, because we're going to be playing better games than Borderlands 3.
Yeah. I mean, Zelda, Mario, Fire Emblem, Xenoblade. I mean,
Stardew Valley.
Shovel Knight, Axiom Verge, Fast Racing Neo.
That Fast RMX looks amazing. I know. I was.
Did you see there's another game? Did you see there's another game coming out that looks just like it, called like Redux or something? It looks just like Fast Racing Neo, and it's $20 more than Fast Racing Neo. And I'm like, whatever this game is screwed, because Fast RMX looks awesome.
Yeah, but if that other game is like fast and it gives that F-Zero vibe and it's really good, like if it goes 8.5 or 9, it's an automatic buy for me.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to talk about the Fire Emblem Direct. That was yesterday. It was a short little video, but man, there were so many things shown off in announcement today. So we're going to get the crap out of the way first. That phone game, Fire Emblem Heroes, is coming to mobile February 2nd, I want to say. on iOS and Android, day and date. Looks cool.
Now this is weird because on the presentation they had Google, like to pre-register on Google first, and then they said later on coming soon for iPod and iPad. And then I guess Nintendo actually revealed the date that it's coming on the same day as the second. And I thought that I was just like, okay, Nintendo got an exclusive with Google since Apple got Super Mario 1 first. But that doesn't seem to be that this time.
Yeah. And I'm kind of glad because I like Fire Emblem, and I will probably download it and play it for 15 minutes and be like, turn on my 3DS now and play some real Fire Emblem. But
yes.
You know, I mean, that's the same thing with Mario Run. Was like, that game was okay, but I would rather play like real Mario. So I don't know. It looks cool, and they have that choose your hero voting thing to get people interacting with it early on their website. And you know, it has a lot of our favorite Fire Emblem characters in it: Marth, Roy, Corrin, Robin, Lucina. You know, it has a lot of mainstays in the series that people love. So pretty cool. I suppose it's Fire Emblem for phones. I think I don't think it'll be as big unless Nintendo has a marketing push on one of the app stores, but we'll see. Are you excited for the mobile game?
Not so much. I'm not really into mobile games, but it looks good. It is exciting. I am gonna vote who I would love to see, but other than that, I just like you, Corey, I have my 3DS, and I'd rather play a real better Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Let's see what else here. They're remaking Fire Emblem Gaiden for 3DS, and it's Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Vesteria. How do you say that? I don't know. They're making a $20 eShop title, Fire Emblem. It's a remake of the second game that never came to North America. So that's exciting. Yes. That's exciting. I am actually thrilled that they're making another 3DS game.
And it was quick. Because I'm like, Face Chess, okay, Face Chess came out a year ago. And for them to actually go, because I wonder if they were making both games at the same time. Refresh this one, and here in America, we're going to get it in May. That's probably going to be the hot title for that. For 3DS, depending on what's coming out for Switch that month, but I'm super stoked. I cannot wait to play this game.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and like the open world aspect looks cool, or like the explorable world, I should say. Kind of looks like a Zelda 2 style vibe, and like there's a little bit of dungeon crawling. Looks cool. I'm excited. I can't wait. So.
Yeah, I want to see the localization. Hopefully they touched it up and they still got some funny bits. Or if this is gonna be like very serious, I hope they really, really went in. Yeah.
And with this game they announced 2 new amiibo of the main 2 characters. So I'm going to be getting those as well, I'm sure, because
and it's a 2-pack, everybody. Cool. So,
and so Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia is what it's called, and it is coming to 3DS in May 17th, I think, in North America. So that's cool. That is cool. I'm excited because I actually just downloaded the 3rd campaign for
Revelations.
Fates. Yeah, and I'm ready for more Fire Emblem. So moving on to the fall, Fire Emblem Warriors is coming to Switch and 3DS.
Yes,
which I'm excited for the Switch version, but I think when Nintendo puts the same game on 2 different systems, it like Zelda is one thing because they promised Breath of the Wild to Wii U owners, but they also realized they needed to move it to Switch to give it a second life, I guess you would say. But the fact that this game is coming to both systems kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit, but I still am excited for it. I'm obviously going to get it on Switch. I want to see it on my TV. And we talked a little bit about this. I feel like Fire Emblem is the style of game that fits this style of game, this genre of game, because the characters are warriors. They're made to lead armies. And you add the relationship stuff that Awakening and Fates had in it, and to build better warriors. It's just like, man, this game could be so deep on so many different levels, the way that Hyrule Warriors never could have been. And that's what excites me.
Yeah. I really can't wait to play the Switch one. I'm kind of glad they did offer it, at least for the 3DS owners who want to play this game on the go. Now, if they learn from Hyrule Warriors on what they can improve upon it, hopefully it does well. And this might be a first and 3DS connect together. And
that's true.
And I think this would be the test game to see if it does connect and it does work that way. Like there's an update for that to happen. This is probably a good sign for the next Smash game.
That's true. That didn't even cross my mind. The fact that, like, you know, people don't want to carry maybe don't want to take their Switch out, but their 3DS they could take out. And I wonder if it could be like cross save. I wonder if they're going to experiment maybe with like a cross buy type situation. Maybe not get the game for 3DS if you buy the Switch version, but you know, if you bought the Switch version, you get like a 20% discount on the digital version for 3DS or something.
Oh, I would love that.
Like I would love that. A cross save type situation where somebody doesn't want to drag their Switch out, but they could take their 3DS in their pocket and they could continue their progress on the go. Man, Ed, you're so smart. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, you're so smart. That's amazing. Such a good idea.
Yeah, and if it's all universal through my Nintendo, I think it's going to be a great fit for them.
Oh man, that's a cool idea. I'm jealous of your ideas, Ed. That was good. Now I'm excited for the 3DS version.
Always.
But yeah, I am excited to see. Like I liked Hyrule Warriors a lot, but I think, you know, something like this is going to be just make that that genre really something. And like I said earlier, I think that this game in particular could push Fire Emblem from being like a middle tier franchise for Nintendo to like a top tier franchise.
It became a top tier after Awakening. Like if you read the stories about Awakening, that if it didn't sell well, that was it for Fire Emblem. And it got so many Game Award nominations. It won so many Game of the Year awards, and it did so well. And I think Fates topped it, even though it was 2 SKUs and stuff. People said Fates is once again it's a Fire Emblem game that you need to have. And when a title like that, when 2 games can make a niche series become major overnight, then you know you did something right. And that's how they're going on. That's why I think this Direct was needed, because they were like, we have to go all out with the Fire Emblem series, because there are people who love this game. And not saying business wise that they can make a profit off it, but I'm just like, the more games, and if they're all satisfactory, why not? Let's please the fans with great titles.
Yeah. Gosh, this game looks amazing. I can't soon as I can pre-order this game, I'm going to pre-order it, because, you know, after like the first couple months, Fire Emblem's really hard to find as a physical copy.
Look, if y'all are still playing Destiny and kept buying the whole game over and over for 3 iterations without doing it because you didn't want the DLC online, don't get mad at what Nintendo's doing with the Fire Emblem series. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, like I own Birthright physically, but I bought Conquest and Revelations like digitally because they're I mean, you can buy both of them for what they cost in the store. And I don't even think Revelations came out physically unless you bought that special edition that nobody could find after the first 5 minutes it was online. So yeah, man, Fire Emblem is that game. That series is going to be something special on Switch. I feel like,
it's on fire.
If it's not already a top tier franchise, I would say Mario, Zelda are the top shelf of Nintendo, and then I feel like Fire Emblem is is becoming, it's building its ladder to challenge Zelda and Mario as a top tier franchise, for me at least.
It's coming big to challenge Pokemon. It's not getting big to challenge Mario or Zelda. It's challenging Pokemon.
Yeah, so I just, man, this game. And then lastly, Fire Emblem, a proper installment, a full Fire Emblem game is coming to Switch in 2018, which I'm super excited about. I am so excited that I will be able to finally play Fire Emblem on my TV for the first time since GameCube, because I never found the Wii version anywhere. Because I wanted it, but at the time, you're doing other things in life and you try to prioritize. I was prioritizing Zelda and Mario, and then at the time 360, I was prioritizing Halo and Gears of War and all those games that I played for a hot minute, and decided, as I get older as a gamer, I want these different experiences and not just kill everything every 5 seconds. So
yeah, Nintendo, this Thanksgiving, drip feed us. So guess what, everybody? We have a Nintendo Direct on Thanksgiving, and then drip feed us like you did Face with some gorgeous animation. I want to see some gorgeous animation. I don't care about the gameplay. Gameplay will be the gameplay. Drip feed us with some gorgeous animation so I could lose my mind. So I know that when they properly introduce this for next year for Switch, I'm ready to have my 2018 ready to go. First priority.
Yeah, I could almost see them doing an anime style cutscenes for I could see that, and I could see this thing being like Zelda. It'll be fully voiced. It'll be fully animated. It'll be you get to watch them walk into your castle or your fortress, wherever this takes place, and you'll see and I know the big thing is customizing your own character, but maybe you'll see everything from your character's point of view, and you'll just see the story unfold, and maybe there'll be some story choice elements in there. I could see them doing a lot of cool things with this without necessarily compromising your character creation experience, and maybe there'll be a better character creation experience. We'll see. I don't know. I'm excited, and maybe the cutscenes that your characters are in will be in-engine cutscenes, but then you'll have the anime style cutscenes for bigger things. I could see it. I'm excited. I mean, yes. I like the gameplay of Fire Emblem anyway, and adding those little details to a growing franchise is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm so excited right now.
I know. I even asked them when I was there today. I was like, "Can I pre-order Fire Emblem?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "You suck." It's okay. It's okay. So
it's all good.
That's our coverage of the Fire Emblem Direct. Do we want to talk about the Switch games we're excited for from the conference, because we haven't really covered it yet on this show particularly. I think we can save Zelda and Mario for last. I want to talk about the smaller titles first, or the not the games that are going to sell this console to the mainstream. So I'm going to start with you, Ed. What we'll just kind of volley back and forth. What game?
ARMS. I'm super stoked for ARMS. It is power to me. It's Power Stones meets Punch Out, and it looks gorgeous. I don't know how Nintendo was able to take a Capcom art style and apply it and just look more fun and look colorful. It's zany, is crazy.
Yeah, I was
And
looking.
a lot of people would just be like, well, oh,
Oh no, keep going.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I
Oh
was
no,
watching.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was watching some Power Stone like videos because a lot of people like I heard you make that comparison. I heard other people make that comparison, and I was like, if I remember Power Stone correctly, I don't know if that's very correct. And I was watching some Power Stone stuff, and like the idea of Power Stone is definitely an influence of ARMS, and like I know Power Stone is kind of like almost top down kind of arena based fighting, but Nintendo has given you the option of like over the shoulder. It's like over the shoulder Power Stone,
Yeah.
where and like you can move your characters in this giant 3D arena, which is very Power Stone. You can, I like the way like the controllers can read if you're throwing a hook or an uppercut or like just a straight on punch, and it's just ARMS looks cool.
Yes.
I want to see like if it's just a multiplayer thing, like I might be a little bit disappointed, but I want to see like a punch out style campaign where you're fighting the different characters in a story mode and like see if they add anything to it, like you can upgrade your characters a little bit. But I think ARMS looks cool.
Yeah, the Power Stone portion comes definitely from its art style. Like it just reminds me of that old 2D art style with it, like with this colors and the way some of these characters look in. It's just I'm like, there's nothing, no other fighter that I can compare this to. I can't really compare it to Street Fighter 4 because that has a different art style and it's a different darker. Where I think Power Stone is just kind of fitting for it, and that's just me. And I'm not bothered by the names like Infinite Undiscovery. Like if you want to talk about bad names, let's go back to let's go to that one first. And
pretty much anything Square Enix name generator.
Right. Like 352 over 2 days. And I'm just like, for a Kingdom Hearts game, like those names are bad. And people want to complain about just ARMS. I'm like,
ARMS is not a terrible name. Like it's getting the point across. Yes, you're fighting with these cool spring-loaded arms, and it's a boxing game. Like, what do you want from it? Like, Slinky Boxer? Is that what you want it to be called? Like, I don't get it.
Right. So yeah, that's one of my games I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, ARMS looks cool. ARMS looks really, really cool. One of the games that I'm really looking forward to is Xenoblade 2. Yes. I've re-downloaded Xenoblade Chronicles 3D on my 3DS, and I have Xenoblade Chronicles X ready to go on my Wii U, and I want to get through at least one of those games before Xenoblade 2 comes out, and that just shows the power of this console, the vast environments that you can build on this console. Monolith has been amazing at building these huge open worlds to explore. It gives Nintendo a JRPG that, the JRPG is coming back in a strong way. And, if Nintendo can lock down this and Octopath Traveler and, these other JRPGs that are exclusive to the system, and even people who like to collect things, I Am Setsuna is getting that physical release on Switch, which is, you can't get a physical copy on any other system. So, it's got that JRPG system rolling, and, it's exciting to see that game come back. I thought maybe X might have been it, but, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I'm excited for.
Yeah. I have the physical copy of Xenoblade Chronicles. I have the physical copy of Xenoblade Chronicles X. This Xenoblade 2, after just looking at the trailer, after just savoring every taste bit that they just every morsel of it, I'm like, I need this. I need this whenever it drops. I don't care if it's a bootleg right now. I need this. Like, this game is going to be huge. And just like you said, with the RPG being on the Nintendo system, if it's a strong RPG library, Sony is in trouble.
Yeah. And like I was hearing on some podcasts that I was listening to this weekend, all those JRPGs that NIS and Atlas port to Vita, and make 50,000 units is successful for them. If Nintendo can get on that bandwagon as well, like, man, you could see a lot of JRPGs pouring into this thing. Like,
oh yes,
some of the Atelier series that's been on Sony for a long time. They come to Vita and they sell like 50 to 80 million or 80,000 units, and that's successful to that company. If you can double that by giving it to a Nintendo audience that's craving a JRPG once in a while,
yes.
Man.
Oh, why you think Atlas stick with Nintendo more than they do with anybody else? Yes, Persona 5 is coming out for PlayStation, but Atlas got so many RPG titles on 3DS that it continues to make them money and it keeps them profitable. If they can make another Tokyo Mirage Session style game, or like a Persona Q type game, or Atlas has been a big partner of Nintendo on 3DS for a long time, and Tokyo Mirage Sessions was a great game for Wii U. Like, I could totally see them. I could see Persona 5 or a Persona style game, or we already know Shin Megami Tensei something is coming to Switch, which excites me too. Whether that's a Persona game or a Devil Summoner game or something. And you guys got to remember, yes, Sega does own Atlas, so that's more money in Sega's pocket.
Yeah, and Sega already has a great relationship with Nintendo anyway.
Yeah, because Sega makes more money off of Nintendo than anybody else. That's why I said the Eastern companies that go to Nintendo, like if they produce quality product and we here in America are like really support it, they're going to continue to give us more, because I know this is a big risk, but Phantasy Star 5 will have to come out for Switch.
I could see that. Phantasy Star was a GameCube thing for a long time. I could totally see Phantasy Star coming to Switch.
Yeah, and revitalize that. If RPGs thrive on Switch, bring out that Phantasy Star. Come on, Sega. If you really want some money and Sonic is not doing it for you, bring out that Phantasy Star and see how Shenmue get rolled over.
I know. I feel like Nintendo, if they get these relationships right with like you said, that these Japanese companies, and can totally they could do something, man. And they could make an RPG machine. They can make that first party machine, the indie machine, the virtual console. Like, these are all like separate. Like, all these games are like niches. Like, a JRPG is kind of like, I wouldn't call it a broad appeal genre anymore. Like, that's a niche. Indie games, some of them are niche. Virtual console is kind of a niche thing where people like. Yeah, people download Super Mario Brothers for the thousandth time, but like, how many copies of Breath of Fire do you think people downloaded? There's that niche, and then you have the Nintendo fan, which, like, whoever buys the Switch, like Nintendo, everybody loves Nintendo, but the hardcore Nintendo fan thing is shrinking. But if you can capture all these niche people, if you can capture 4 or 5 different niche audiences, like, there's your growth of that console.
Oh yes, and trust me, the Japanese will turn the Switch into Super NES too.
Yeah, I would love. Oh my gosh, I would love it. I would love it. Oh man. Oh, Ed, you're getting me excited.
Yeah, because one of the games let me tell you, Bomberman R, if that sells well, and it shows that we are interested in Konami producing games like this. If Konami is on a steamroll of games that's up to the level of Bomberman R, if it's good when it comes out, I think for a majority of us who got mad at Konami about the Kojima thing, I think that will all be forgiven, and Konami would get back into making profitable video games,
like Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter 2.
Yes, yes, and not have to rely on one title to keep that company afloat.
Yeah,
definitely here in the States, like I would love to see Konami go into Hudson's library, since they own them, and bring out some more of those old Hudson Soft games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to see that. It's man.
Yeah.
Ah, what are you doing to me?
I'll make you more excited.
Oh, you are, man. And speaking of like Japanese titles, like I'm excited for Disgaea 5 Complete. Like that game looks beautiful, and that looks like a game I want to play on my couch while me and my wife are watching TV. Like I would love to just sit there and play a strategy type RPG. That's like while I'm waiting for Fire Emblem. Disgaea looks awesome. The art style looks beautiful. It has the handcrafted backgrounds with the almost sprite based characters. Like looks awesome.
Uh-huh.
So Disgaea looks cool. I'm looking at the list of games that I'm excited for, and it's long. It's long. See, you probably can't see it, but it's long. So, Rhyme looks cool. Definitely looks like Wind Waker meets Journey. That's what it looks like, is Wind Waker meets Journey.
And I'm sorry, everybody, I am double dipping for this game.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting it on Switch, but whatever system, I think I'm probably going to do Xbox One for it. But definitely when it touched down on Switch, it's a day one. It's a purchase automatically.
Yeah. Octopath Traveler is the Bravely Default team's next game. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Give me that. 2, I'm excited for. A new Tales game. Looks awesome. Has Been Heroes looks interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna buy that or not, but you think so? You think that's good?
I understand the slow down mechanic, but the way that they was showcasing it and they was talking about it, I was just like, it's an RPG and played like this that kind of style I haven't played. So this might be an intro to me, and I'm down to give it a try.
Yeah, and it's only $20. It's I think GameStop is publishing it, or Game Trust, I guess, is GameStop's publishing arm. I think this is their like next game after Song of the Deep, which got a lot of decent reviews. So they seem to know what they're doing over there. Sonic Mania looks cool. I'm
gonna get that.
I really wanted to play like Sonic 1. Honestly, I could. Sonic 1 is like Sonic 1 to me is the only good Sonic game.
No,
I tried to play Sonic 2. But
really,
yeah, I think Sonic 1's better than Sonic 2.
Sonic 2 is better than 1. And the sad thing, everybody, is I got all the gems in both games. I beat them on one sitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I beat Rygar for NES in one sitting without the instruction pad. Oh my goodness.
How did you do that? And I don't know. Ukulele, obviously, I'm getting it for a Switch because it needs to be played on a Nintendo platform. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm going to double dip on that one. But the Switch is a day one.
Mm-hmm. Stardew Valley, Snipper Clips, Shovel Knight, Ocean Horn's coming to Switch.
I'm probably gonna switch. I'm probably gonna skip Ocean Horn because I have it for Xbox One. And that's
is it worth playing though? Like, isn't it just a top-down Zelda game clone type game?
It is. Yeah, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay, I haven't bought it yet because it was one of those wait and see games for I want to see how people like it, and I wanted to see if it was coming to Switch. So, I mean, there's a ton of games I'm super excited for. Puyo Puyo Tetris looks good. Man, I'm gonna be poor for a long time.
Me and you both.
Oh man, it's okay. I just hope my mom still loves me enough to let me live in her basement.
You and Sana?
No, she'll leave me if I buy all these games.
Oh, she would no.
No, I'm just kidding. She won't. She loves
it. Divorce is too much money.
Yeah, it'll cost more to do that than to just
exactly.
Oh man, that's a terrible thing to say. And I'm like, for me, I'm excited to play Mario Kart again. I'm excited to see the new battle mode and the new characters. I'm excited to see sports games on the go because I do like to play the occasional sports game. Wonder if Madden's coming, but I am excited for NBA 2K. I don't know. Madden's been kind of hit or miss a lot lately, and more miss than hit. So
yeah, just give me NBA Jam, and I'll be good.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be awesome if like NBA 2K had some sort of NBA Jam thing? Who owns the rights to the NBA Jam? EA still?
Yeah, EA still,
because they published the last one, right?
Yeah,
the Wii one,
and it's so like hotcakes. Now you can't even find it no more.
And they never made a sequel. Like they never made like NBA Jam 2012 or whatever.
Shoot, give me the Super Nintendo version because me and my brother played that faithfully. I mean, we loved our.
What if they just gave you the Super Nintendo version and just kept updating the rosters every year with an update?
I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, just give me those controls. Be awesome. Awesome.
Play it on the Pro controller.
Yeah. No, I want a Switch Super Nintendo controller. That's all I want.
Oh goodness, I'm not ready for that. if I get one, if I get one and I'm able to import a Super Famicom one, and it will work on my Switch, I'm down for that.
What other games are you excited for? And I kind of went on a big list rant thing.
That's probably most of everything you said is probably what I'm agreeing with. I'm interested in 1-2 Switch. I really want to try that. I want to play that game with my family, and I know people are making fun of it because of the milking situation, but I'm just like, it's probably going to be fun. It's going to be goofy to play with kids. Some of you adults are going to get drunk and try 1-2 Switch, and let's see how you milk a cow while you drunk, or try to dance. Or trying to dance and do ballet, or trying to do a Super Mario walkway with your girl, like under the table tipsy. Like, there's gonna be ways that you could make a game that you don't think is interesting very interesting as adults. But for me, I can't wait till I play that game with my family, and I'm not worried about not being a pack-in. And I just hope that they have about like 18 good mini games, and maybe free updates where they'll add more. Or if you want to do like pay for 10 more games and do like for 10 more games, $9.99 DLC. I'm fine with that. I'm up to that.
Yeah, I want to know what these other games are on there. Like the first thing, like at first I thought this was going to be their packing game, which honestly, I know we said we were going to be positive on this, but I think they're missing putting this in as a packing game, like taking a little hit, because I think a majority of people that we've talked to have been kind of negative on 1-2 Switch and the fact that it costs $50 for all these mini games. And it's Nintendo. It's going to be a quality product. It's going to be a premium. You're going to pay a premium for a Nintendo product anyway. But I do think they're missing a good chance of getting this game in people's hands by not packing it in with the system. That said, the first thing I did think of was, I went over to my wife's sister's house for New Year's this year, and we played Cards Against Humanity, and I was like, man, how cool would it have been if we would have like gone over a little bit earlier and played that heads up game on your phone that Ellen DeGeneres has on her show. We played that for a little bit, and then we played Cards Against Humanity. And I was like, how cool would it have been to bring my Switch over, put it in tabletop mode, and us just having a good time trying to, guess how many balls are in a thing, or like, the katana mini game or the quick draw game. That would have been cool to play for like an hour and a half ish with family, and like showing what the system is and kind of the cool things that it can do, and just like a party game. And that's what I see 1-2 Switch being. And like that's the first thing that popped into my mind after, man, that controller sure has a lot of functions in it.
Yes.
So that was like that was my initial thought on 1-2 Switch. Is it's probably a bunch of cool little quirky mini games that you can take to a small get together, not a huge party, but like a small get together with your family, and have like a cool quiet thing.
I'm going to say this, everybody. When it goes out of print for a good while and people don't buy the digital version, game that's going to be hard to find. So people are going to be charging more than the $50, because guess what? When the kids start asking for that game and you can't find it in the store, and the used copies are very limited.
Like the used copy of Wii Sports Club for Wii U is like $70 or $80 on Amazon, because like I would have got that game, Wii Sports Club for Wii U. I would have totally got it when it came out, except for the fact that I didn't know it came out. So I would have definitely bought that again for some bowling.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely am going to pick up the title 1-2 Switch.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get it too. Just A, to cover it for this show, and B, to like, I think it's going to be cool for people that don't play a lot of games, and when they come over and you're looking for an activity to do, like that's the first thing I want to pull out is 1-2 Switch, and see how everybody reacts to it. I want to see how the common people like react to it, because I think if you get it in enough people's hands, I think the Switch could have a little bit of that Wii pull to it. Like people will go out and get it for these mini game collections, and not necessarily Zelda and Mario. You look at a game like Carnival Games for Wii, that thing sold like 50 million units.
Heck yeah.
And why? Because those stupid little games, they're not great, but they're fun to play at a small get together where people are having a few drinks, or, having a little party with snacks and stuff, and you need something to do, and that's fun. And that's what 1-2 Switch is going to be. And that's what the next sports compilation is going to be. It's just these fun little mini games for people to play with.
Yeah, so now when it comes out.
Now I'm excited for 1-2 Switch. Now I want to go play some. Oh man. So I want to kind of touch on these last two big games now. Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild is obvious. Those are obviously the big two games they showed off, and still the biggest games that have been announced for the console so far. How do you feel about Mario?
It's a system seller. It's going to sell this holiday. It's going to be hotcakes. He's running faster. It looks sped up. It looks gorgeous beyond gorgeous, and I cannot wait to play this game. Like, this is a must-have. Like, I love 3D World, Super Mario 3D World, but this one, I know that once I start the first level, my best to kind of finish it half of the game in before I go to work or something, like by the next day or something, because it looks super fun. Who knows what the superpowers are going to be? We've seen lots of special moves, but I would love to see the cherry to come back. I would love to see the cat suit come back. Like, see them incorporate some other things, but if not, that's fine. I want to see this new young developers on their take of Super Mario, on the Super Mario series, and if they could meet that high quality level that the Mario games are known for, blessing. They got feature purchase coming in if they do another game.
Yeah, my big takeaway from this is, The hat seems to be playing a big role in this game, just like Super Mario 64. And the fact that they're taking the liberty of, okay, so Super Mario Sunshine was confined to, the small island region, and like every level was defined by this island region. Or, Super Mario Galaxy was defined by space and gravity, and that's how they design the levels. This game has no boundaries. We saw the polygonal, colorful fruit level. We saw the realistic forest type level. We saw the Day of the Dead style Western level. We saw New Donk City, which is, the new hub world. Like, all of these art styles are so drastically different, and every part of the level looks like it's explorable, to the point that it's like, everybody want to see how far this Mario team could push Mario. You're going to see it in this game. They are not holding anything back.
Yes.
All the levels look different. Every little thing about this game looks awesome. The animation looks amazing. You watch Mario run, and you watch his hat flap up and down while he's running. And you see his mustache, like when he's running, the air blowing through his mustache and his hair. And those are the little things about this game that got me super excited. I can't get over how awesome the hat looks when it's animated, because that hat is a separate part than Mario. Because Mario's totally animated himself, but the hat is a separate polygonal item. Yeah, that he can throw the hat, he can jump off the hat, and that store that he walks into in that Western world is like a cap store, and that's what's making me think you purchase a different cap to acquire a different move, and you equip the different hats to get to different areas in the level, which makes me think there's a lot of backtracking in this game, like Super Mario 64. There's a lot of changing direction. You might have to go to the first level again after you're halfway through the game to collect that final star, because you need the cap that's in that level to complete the first world. And that's what excites me. It's so exciting.
And even though Miyamoto is probably going to be producer, overseer of this project, that he had to been playing some of this and helping them drive it to what it's going to be. Because I know that they probably had their just make Miyamoto surpass being happy to get their approval, and they probably did it. And I think they're probably still working on the game. I know they said that they could have released it at launch, but I think they're working on making the game better, and they're probably adding more stuff, and they probably getting DLC levels together. So we should see what happens in the holiday.
Yeah, and it's exciting because not only did this young team design the Switch itself, but the young teams are just starting to develop games. We saw a little bit with Splatoon last gen, but the fact that Nintendo, the old guard is still there, but they're giving these new people the opportunity to build their own games, and that's exciting. And don't get me wrong, I love a focused Mario game. Super Mario 3D World is probably the best Mario game I've played since Mario 64. It's that good. But the fact that they're no strings attached approach to this Mario game is just phenomenal. And that's why I'm excited. Yes. And that's why every time I see that trailer, I get excited and there's a smile on my face. And when you see Pimp Suit Bowser in his airship.
Oh, about that. Literally that Japanese 3DS commercial with all the different outfits that Mario and Luigi and Princess and Bowser got on, a lot of people go see that on YouTube and you'll get the idea of Bowser. And there's someone who mentioned that if that came out as an amiibo, I think Ty Oxtra mentioned it, if that came out as an amiibo, I lost my mind.
I hope so.
And yes, I would fight everybody if I have to get one.
Yeah, that oh my gosh, that's amazing. And there's new rumors now that they might incorporate the Donkey Kong universe into this. New Donk City, like Donkey Kong might be the mayor or something, like something totally stupid. And like one of the street names says Dixie Street on it, which is Dixie Kong is obviously a character in Donkey Kong Country. And the fact that they might merge those two, like maybe like Easter egg style things into the Mario world would be just awesome. Maybe he visits Donkey Kong Country at some point and like has a small interaction with Donkey Kong or something. It would be cool to see stuff like that. And like just those little things, like even if that's not in there, like those little things that they put in there are super exciting. Man. Any final thoughts on Mario before we move on to Zelda? Which
let's just move on to Zelda because I said all I could say about Mario.
Oh my gosh, dude! Breath of the Wild. The first time, like at first, like the voiceover hit the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then, like the characters started talking, and you like hear like I'm assuming the Great Deku Tree. You see him at some point, and that's who's telling you the story. And he says, "Let me tell you a story of what happened 100 years ago." And then it goes into like you hear the big Goron like say something, and he smacks his hands. You see the Great Fairy laugh, and you see Zelda cry, and like all these little things that we've been seeing in games for a long time, you know. But the fact that Nintendo is doing it with Zelda, and the fact that like they're taking the time to show us that, and like the little pieces, you know, Nintendo's going to make the voice acting mean something in this game.
Yes.
It's just like, not to mention the fact that this game is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. Probably since the Wind Waker remake on Wii U.
This game is probably going to push the hardware on. Well, I don't know about Switch, but it's pushing the hardware for Wii U, and that art style just everything about it pops. Just everything it popped as in a way that it grabs your attention and keeps it there, and it makes you wonder, how did you guys do this?
Yeah, like the way the grass moves, like. Usually the grass in games, big open world games, is a flat texture, and they'll put like, you know, if you're running through a field, they'll put longer grass in the field, but then it returns to the texture. Or like they'll put little patches of a pre-rendered like bush or grass somewhere. The fact that every single blade of grass is moving, and like you can watch it in the trailer, like you watch the grass move, you watch it move in the foreground, and then you can see Link his foot, like the way his feet stand in the grass, and you see the grass surrounding his feet. You can watch it get matted down when he walks through it, and you see like the water, even the way the water moves is like, I don't know how this game is only 14 gig install on Switch and a 4 gig install on Wii U. I don't know.
No, they're both 13.
Are they? I thought the Wii U version was smaller.
The Wii U version is 13. The Switch is 13.4.
Okay, maybe that's where I got the 4 from. But like the fact that they can fit all this in that small amount of space.
Yes.
I'm just sitting there scratching my head like, how? And like, how does it look this good? And how does it look like it runs this good? And like, I am floored by what this game looks like it's shaping up to be.
And like, if there's some frame rate problems, and that's something that Nintendo can patch up on, I'm mostly on the Wii U version, I would be fine with that. But just seeing if it runs smoothly, you're just gonna wonder, like, this is what y'all delayed this game for. You made it big, but you made it to the point where it works,
and it's polished, and it's like, you're not gonna get like I'm gonna take The Witcher for example, because that's a big open world game, and that game is beautiful in its own right. But there's points where that thing gets choppy. And like Nintendo will not ship a game that looks like that will be choppy like that. You know, Nintendo takes the extra 6 months to a year, and in this case, 18 months to polish up the game so it can run well on 2 different platforms.
Yes.
And those are the titles that you are willing to wait for. Yeah, in 2015 when they guaranteed it to be out, then we were frustrated when it wasn't out. But, you know, when we finally get our hands on it, it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
I love the art style. Like I don't like they experimented with the realistic, the semi-realistic dark stuff in Twilight Princess. They experimented with the bright colors and stuff in Wind Waker and Skyward Sword, and I think they found that happy medium, and I think they found the perfect art style for Zelda.
Yes, oh my goodness, seeing the art style in the background, you're just gonna wish that you could freeze frame it and just put it on and just leave it there. Like,
and we can now with that share button on the Switch.
Yes. Like I would love to go to Best Buy, and even though it's not going to be in 4K, anything like that, I would just love to go to Best Buy, see a big screen TV with Breath of the Wild just in motion, and people would just be like, "Is that a video game or is that like a TV show or cartoon?" Be like, "No, that's a video game." Mm-hmm. And make them be like, "Which game is this?" Be like The Legend of Zelda, and just have them be wow to be like, a video game could look like this and not like Grand Theft Auto 5. Be like, yeah, a game could look like this when art direction is done correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not even like the art style is perfect, but like the character design is perfect. You look at the facial animations and the design of like the Great Fairy when she comes out of the fountain. You look at the big Goron when he's like smacking his hands together, and you see those Wind Waker puffs clouds like pop out of his hands because his hands are dusty. And you look at his face when he gets excited. You look at the way like Link's running through the field. You look at the way the horse runs while you're shooting an arrow at an enemy. Like,
yes,
look at these animations. Just if you watch the animations, it's the most incredible thing I think I've ever seen. And like, I've seen all these, like I've seen facial animation and I've seen horses running 1,000 times in video games. But the polish that's on these animations,
it feels like a new game design, like a new game development that you just be like, how did you get this to work? And that's going to be my question. Be like, how did you get this to work? Because it just outdoes most of what Western design do with realistic graphics and all that other craziness. I'm like, if they did this somewhat with hand drawn, whatever art style it really is, it feels like this is a movie, a cell shaded movie that looked like it took 800 people to make, and it looked maybe like 100 people had to do frame by frame. But it's just like you'll just wonder and be puzzled, just be like, how did you fit this all into a game to run smoothly and just make it look beautiful?
Yeah,
like
I'm looking like on my computer. I have the Breath of the Wild, the scene of the Master Sword with the sun coming down through the trees,
yes,
and shining on the Master Sword in the pedestal, and like this screenshot that is on my desktop that's not even running on a Wii U, like, or a Switch. It's just like, I can't stop looking at it. And this is like a JPEG I took off the internet. And I can't imagine what this is actually going to look like once I put it on my Switch, on my TV, and just it's, when these 3D big open world games first came out and people were like, I put the controller down and just kind of looked at the screen and was like, man, how do they do this? This is the game that's going to redefine, wow, I need to put my controller down and just look at how beautiful this game is.
Exactly. Yes.
And that's, I mean, and like, I know I'm a huge Zelda fan, and I know we're both huge Nintendo fans, and like sometimes we get a little overexcited about things, and like sometimes we fight to the death on something that, you know,
yeah.
You know, I mean, you know how we are, and people who've listened to any of the shows that we're both on, like, you know, I try my hardest to take a realistic, optimistic approach to Nintendo, but sometimes that doesn't work. And like, it's just this game is just, Nintendo is a special company, and we saw that polish on the Zelda game. We see the polish in the third person shooting of Splatoon. We see the amazing level designs that Mario gives us. We see the craziest kart racer. Like, it's just, Mario Kart just keeps getting more ridiculous every iteration.
Right.
And like, but there's something special, and you can feel the development heart that's in these titles. And like, people get so frustrated with Nintendo because sometimes their business practices are questionable. Sometimes, you know, delaying a game for 2 years after you announce it gets people upset. Sometimes, you know, if a game's running in 720p instead of 1080p, upsets people. But when you play the games, when you sit down with the controller and you play the game, everybody stops caring about that stuff, because you can feel the heart in Mario Kart 8 running at a perfect 720p at a perfect 60 frames a second, and you watch the assets roll by as you're driving by. You see the perfection of like the smoke coming off the tires when you drift around a corner. You see I mean, look how big that angry Luigi meme became, because they took time to develop the facial animation that he gets angry when you pass him. Like, look at that. And that's what Nintendo delivers when they build a game.
They're paying attention to that detail. Like, they know that it has to be top quality. Now, people could be mad at the people who made Metro Prime Federation Force. I haven't played that game. People say that's still a good game. It's average 6.5, 7.0. The lowest I can ever think of Nintendo getting. Yeah, you can say whatever about Mario Party. That's more review stuff. But at least they went in, took the time to make a game really, really good and stand out. And that's what I feel like Breath of the Wild is. Even if it don't meet some people's expectations, even if it don't get Game of the Year for some people, this game, I think it's just going to define 2017 alone. Like, I think once we play it and we spend maybe 2 to 3 hours with it, we're probably going to be like, nothing could touch this. Mm-hmm. This is on a whole new level of game design, art, music. Just, this is what not only makes Zelda, but what makes a modern video game. Yeah. Like, it's going to be an all-time classic, where it's going to be like, if you are not a Nintendo fan, I feel bad for you. If you feel like Nintendo is for babies, I feel bad for you, because you're missing out on one of the probably top quality games of this year alone.
Yeah, and that's
first or third.
And I really feel like this particular game in Breath of the Wild is going to have the Ocarina of Time effect for so many people, where it's going to drastically change the way we look at, you know, how an open world acts. And I know people are afraid that this world is going to be empty, but you look at little details in the trailer. They showed the little foxes running around and yawning and shaking their tail as they burrow into a hole to they're acting naturally. You see a herd of horses as you run through a forest. You see the apples fall from the tree. You see little encampments, and they showed the towns that you can go visit. And then you have the dungeons, the big dungeons, the small explorable caves, all these things that you've seen in like Skyrim or Fallout or The Witcher, but it has that Nintendo touch on it where like it's not the same dungeon you go into. The things inside the dungeon are going to act differently. They're not going to be pre-rendered animations that like the AI, when they spot you, you're going to what you expect in Skyrim when you walk into a dungeon is, you see the skeletons walking around and it's predetermined, animation. It hears you, it sees you, you see it raise its sword and come to attack you. You're going to expect that in Skyrim. Whereas in Zelda, I feel like when you walk into one of these small dungeons, you're going to see the animals inside the dungeon. Some of them might run away from you. Some of them might run up to you. Some of them might just keep doing what they're doing and ignore you. And then you see the enemies that like, the aggressive ones that they might come attack you. They might shoot an arrow at you. They might try to flank you. I feel like those are the tiny touches that Nintendo's going to put on these little dungeons. And that's what I think Zelda's going to be.
Yes, I agree. Oh, I can't wait for this game. I like everything for the rest of the year just to have Breath of the Wild. I would do if that was the had to make for video games this year. Besides Mario, but yeah, it's so Breath of the Wild is just so important to me. And it's probably important to you. And I don't know other people who might disagree with that. That it's just like, well, it's just a Zelda game. I'm just like, no, they're going deeper.
This is not just another Zelda game,
right? It might share some of the Zelda things, but they're going deeper, and I'm ready for that. I'm ready to go deeper with them, and they don't have to me personally, they don't have to meet any expectations from me. Only expectation that I require of them is just let it be fun. Let it be fun so that entertain me.
Yeah.
And let me find out what this game is about without being told, well, this is the story and you got to go here and you got to no. I want to be entertained so that when it's time to discuss this game with everybody, I can hear all the stories that this game has done for them and what they did in it. That's what I want from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I agree. I want those, quote unquote water cooler moments. Everybody's going to experience the story stuff, but it's the stuff that you do in between. I want to hear what people have to say. If you come up on like some wild animals, I want to know what they did, or like, I just want to hear little things like that. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Nintendo. Oh man, we did it. We did it.
Yes.
Oh man, we're gonna wrap up this episode of Pow Block. I mean, I could keep going, but I think my wife's ready for lunch, and so am I. But this show is gonna start popping up twice a week. You can find it on DNAnetwork.net. Me and Ed, and sometimes a special guest. Kyle will be back on Tuesday episodes. I'm sure. So Ed, why don't you tell everybody where we can find you, and then I'll tell people if they want to find me, but I'm usually the least interesting person on the show. So
You're amazing. I'm just going to plug quick that you can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You can find me optional opinion, capital letters, all one word. You can hear my podcast, Optional Opinion, and my other podcast, World 11, on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. World 11 podcast also is on shoutengine.com, and Optional Opinion is also on the Anomalous Radio Network.podbean.com. And I do some other stuff, some writing. I do write for DNA. So there will be a blog coming soon. So check out our work at dnanetwork.net.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm today after this podcast, I'm working on the website throughout the weekend. So next week, I want to start making giant pushes for the DNA network again. We discussed some things. I didn't know if I was going to make my own YouTube page. I have my own YouTube page, but I want to make sure like the DNA network stays intact. And I feel like our shows are stronger than ever, especially this show and NGR are top priorities for this thing. And, Ed, you and Matt have been like the heart and soul of these shows. And like, you're a special person, not only to DNA, but to me as a co-host on the show. And I love you.
I always love you too. It's always good to talk video games it's always good to talk video games to just nerd out. That's me.
Yeah. So you can find me at Corey Hudson in HD on Twitter, Corey in HD on Instagram. And you can find all of our content on dnanetwork.net and our YouTube page, youtube.com/Digital Nerd Advocates Network. Hit like, subscribe, and share. And for me and Ed, thank you so much for watching or listening. And until next week, we love you.
Woohoo! Bye, everybody.